Alright, we're taking a look at a game between Bear, who's playing the English, up against Amadis, something like that, who's playing the HRE. So Bear is gold 2 currently. So we're going to take a look at his game, see what he can improve, as usual. Looking at his opening, he is doing the farm opening by the looks of it. Going 3 to wood, 2 to gold, and the rest to food. I think I like 2, 2, 2 better, but I mean, it's probably not a big deal. So let's take a look at it. Opening build order is going to be pretty standard for nowadays. So we won't concentrate on that too much. We'll take a look at the later stages of Dark Age and also Feudal and beyond. So we're up against the HRE. Honestly, I don't know how this matchup plays out anymore. I think this is a pretty doomed matchup in general for English. But we're going to take a look and see if there's anything that he could have done better here. I think, I don't know if Feudal Pressure is the right way, but I think it probably is the only way you can play against HRE, if I had to guess. So we're going to see how he can improve. And I'm sure like there's mistakes that you can exploit at lower ranks. So we're going to take a look at those and see what he could potentially do to punish this HRE player. We're going to keep the Fog of War on so we know what Bear's perspective looked like and we can talk about the appropriate responses based on the information he had. Here, going for Wheelbarrow. It's also good to drop farms as soon as you have the wood for it, because like you're going to be eating up the sheep for no particular reason, because you're going to be building those farms anyway. So you may as well build them as soon as you have the wood for it, so that you don't like run out of sheep earlier than what you needed to. Nonetheless, he's opted to go for the single scout. I disagree with this. Against HRE, sheep is very valuable. So even though sheep aren't as valuable for you, I think just denying them from the HRE is worth going for a second scout here. But nonetheless, he's gone for single scout. Gone straight up to his base and back around. I don't think there's any reason for you to actually go around his base like this. I think you're better off just trying to go for a route that maximizes your chance of getting sheep. If you're going around the back of his base, there's a good chance that HRE's second scout or something may have gone around the back. And the back corner as well is like you're running in positions where you've already scouted. So like sheep aren't going to magically reappear there, although sometimes they do. But you should be going to all the places with Fog of Wars so that you're capturing all the sheep. Alright, let's fast forward a little bit. Could be building more farms here as well. No reason to hold on to the wood again. But let's see. Let's see if he's scouting his opponent. Let's see if he opts to go for early aggression. I also, one thing as well that I would state here is that I don't agree with the forward mill placement. I think you're putting your villagers more at risk, like they're going to be more exposed to any pressure that comes in, easier to raid, etc, etc. Also, this farm is not in the influence radius, which is a bit sus. Let's see what he opts to go for in his strategy. It doesn't look like you're going to go for early pressure here. You got your scout here, which is good. But again, generally what I recommend is make sure you're scouting around the base the whole time. This farm is not in the radius of the mill here. Like English get bonus food generation if the farms were in this radius here. See how they all got the plus signs? This one is not in there. So it looks like he might be going for a fast castle here. I think this is a bit of an overreaction, putting a tower here. Like, you're not really under any threat right now, or at least as far as you're aware. Like, if you scout around, see no military production, this tower is pretty unnecessary. And your opponent is already going up to Castle Age. So I think, like, If you're going to be doing this, I think you need to go fast castle. I don't think it's the right approach just because your opponent's going to have all of the relics straight away. Massing up units in your base is not going to do anything. Like, you need to be out on the map right now with your units. Or going fast castle, but I don't think the fast castle is the right option here. Could be wrong, but Hatchery's going to do it quicker than you. They're going to get all the relics. And now your men-at-arms are going to be redundant. So, again, no information on what military production they've got. So for all you know, he could be making knights, and knights hard counter men-at-arms and longbows. Here come the knights. I'd imagine they're just going to clean up your army in like 2 seconds here. Did you upgrade your men-at-arms? No, they're upgrading now. So I think your army's just going to get cleaned up here. Adding in spears now, a little bit too late, just because he's already got the knights out. He's bringing back a lot of relics as well. So another thing as well is, if you are in feudal and you're up against HRE and you're committing to feudal, you need to be like scouting where all the relics are and preventing him from getting them. Because if HRE gets 5 relics, I don't know, it's pretty tough to win. Very tough to win. Still no information on the production he has here, or if he's trying to go up to Imperial, or where he's gathering, so where you could potentially be hitting. Looks like you're going for a ram. Yeah, I don't agree with this ram, just because you don't know how much he has. Like, if you invest 250 wood into a ram, and he has like 10 knights, you're not going to get any value out of that ram. So you need to be scouting to see what he's doing. Now he's counter-attacking. Looks like you're going to take a lot of damage here. I think your macro is actually pretty good. Obviously a lot of your food eco is idle right now, but that's just because of the raids. But build distribution pretty good so far, for what you're doing. HRE is doing a good job of wasting his knights. But at this stage, I would recommend creating another scout. Because you need that information, so it's definitely worth training another scout, whether that's from your TC or if you already had a stable, you could do it there. But if I'm losing scouts at a point which is critical I have information, I just straight away create another one. It's worth sacrificing a Vil for. Because right now you're massing up rams and you don't know what he's got on his side of the map. And as we mentioned before, like, don't put your farms around the TC. Like, it's alright to put the farms around the TC if you have a mill here that's inspiring those farms. But yeah, it needs to be in, see this yellow radius. This is English specific, by the way. This is only for English. But yeah. Holy crap. You love rams. Yeah, you also need to keep a few spear back. Like, when you're going for a big push like this, it's always, if your opponent has knights, it's always good to have a few defensive units back at home. But now he's full into men-at-arms. And these rams are probably going to go to waste. You might lose a few Vils for them, but you've already lost 750 wood from this. And if you had a scout around here, you might have like had the information to know that you can push now because you've got spears. He only has knights, and that could have been a good time for you to attack. But it's just an uphill battle from here. I don't know, honestly don't know how the game goes for another 10 minutes. I guess he goes Imperial maybe, and then takes his sweet time. Another thing as well, when you're pushing out with English, you definitely want to have towers coming forward when you're pushing, because with English, if you're in the range of a TC or tower, you get an extra 20% attack speed. So whenever you're going in for a push like that, drop a tower here and your units will be a lot better. 20% faster attack speeds, nothing to blink at. Alright. I'm just going to fast forward a bit because I think we've touched on the points, which is the main downfall of this game. And it looks like you're just kind of chilling at home, looking up castle here. Oof. Disagree with this positioning 100%. If your opponent had a scout here, knew you were building a landmark here, he could just come in, steamroll all your vills, all your units, completely deny this. So definitely don't put it out this far exposed. It's also not protecting much. It's protecting a stone mine, which is not that valuable for you. So putting it back where your farms are, or if they're, you could even put it here, but I still wouldn't because you already know that your opponent like has the superior units to you and could definitely punish you. So I just put it back maybe on the wood line here, or in between the farms on the berries, or even on this wood line, but yeah, not this far exposed. Does it show you the rate? No, it doesn't, right? I'm just going to speed through this because obviously HRE's just gone Imperial. Probably just going to upgrade his units and come steamroll you in a second. Another thing as well is like, there's a chance that this is your chance to strike and you need to go in right now. Just because he went up to Imperial, spent a lot of resources on it. So he could have a lack of units right now. Yeah, that's not a thing. He definitely has units. And the last thing, something we mentioned in our previous rec, is like, and it seems to happen all the time when people are going into castle. Sometimes it's because they stop producing units, but you need more production buildings. I guess you're not producing right now, but considering you already had a large eco, you need like a lot more production buildings, especially considering you're floating a lot of wood. This needs to be producing as well. Yeah, you're dead. You are dead. Not really much you can do at this stage of the game. Alright, here come the fucking production buildings. Too bad the game's over. Oh well, GG.